Ho, 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 Mr. Stevie's Tall Toy Tales Holiday Special. Did you see how I remixed that? Clever, aren't I? Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody. Today, wherever you are in the world, we are going to be looking at the year just gone by. How quickly did that fly? Oh my God. Looking at the year, we're going to look at some of my favorite figures from the brands that I look after. Legends, Black Series, TVC, and Retro. And we are also going to have a little look at what I've added to my collection back there this year. We're also giving away a $500 HasLab Cantina, one of mine. It is over there. You can't see it because I got this newfangled little thing in. Let me get rid of that. Boop. There, in that box there. We're going to give that away to one of you lucky nominatees from nominators, whichever way around it is. You know exactly what I mean. Hope everyone's doing well. It's nearly Christmas time. It's that time again when all dads fear all the expense and the stress. But no, I love it. I love it. My kids are a little older now. Bethany and Sophia are, how old are you now? 18. Sam is 22. So they're kind of growing out of their presents, but they still want gifts and I still get them toys. Yes. And all I've asked for Christmas are little doing toys, like little model kits and things that can keep me occupied and out of trouble. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Hope you're whether you're traveling at Christmas time and whether you even celebrate Christmas. I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. What do we say over here? Oh, happy holidays. That's the whole gamut, the whole smorgasbord of celebrations and goodwills. But regardless of all that, I hope your year has been good. I hope it's been useful. And I wish you all the best for next year. Sounds like I'm signing off. I'm not going yet. We've still got some time yet. Don't worry. Don't worry. I am going to be whipping these on and off because I'm sitting a little bit further back today because I've got my toy cam over here. Which looks something like this. Boop. And so you can eventually see some little toys we'll have on display here. So I have to sit back a little way. So I'll be putting these on and off, on and off. Anyway, 2025. Let's start with a review, shall we? Let's see what's been going on there. All right, my favorite figures from our stuff that we've done, and we've done a lot. You know, let's start with Marvel Legends. We do about like 150, 170 figures a year. Dwight, Dan, and the team who know who they are, thank you, do an incredible job of putting this all together. So I had to choose like which sort of 3 figures that I really, really liked. And I haven't necessarily chosen the ones that I think figure-wise are the ones I really, really like. There's no question because I kind of like a lot of them, certainly more than 3. But certainly I want to highlight a few that we've tried something different or made a change or did something unusual this year. And so Maximum Spider-Man. So this is the story of Maximum Spider-Man. The reason behind it was that we were doing these single figures for like $24.99 or $27.99 now with the price increases. And what I was finding is that people would take them out and they go, oh, and then they go, well, it hasn't got the hands, it hasn't got this head. It'd be good if we had this. What if, more. And I was like, is there better value in bigger packs with more stuff that obviously cost more? Where's the value thermometer? When does value get the greatest? So we said, let's try it. Let's try Maximum. Let's do Maximum. Let's put more articulation in. Let's make sure we put all the deco in. Let's add extra accessories and still keep it within a reasonable price, not like hundreds and hundreds or silly like that, but it's like, let's see where the value is, where it starts and where it stops. So this was an experiment. It's been a pretty successful experiment, to be honest with you. You know, we've had Spider-Man. I got to remember which ones I can say now because I know we've got a couple coming up that are like, oh my goodness. We've had Spider-Man, we've had Hulk, and I think we've announced Deadpool as well. So this one I've enjoyed working with the team and trying something new. Keeping on the Spider-Man theme, our friends at Wizards of the Coast across the country over in Washington, we wanted to do a little bit of a collab, and they're expanding their Magic the Gathering Infinite. I forget the name of it. I'm sorry. They're expanding their collabs, and we thought, hey, let's collab together. It's like a 3-way collab, which can get complicated. You know, Wizards, Marvel Legends, and obviously Marvel. And so I enjoyed doing this, working with this. Again, something new, something different. I really enjoyed the fact that, and I know Dwight like this, that we could get why am I square? I don't want to be square. Never mind. Dwight loved the fact that we could get a battle damage Spidey in this, you know, with a lot of extra deco and new sculpting put into it. So I really enjoyed this one as a figure and also as a bit of a new initiative. which I liked a lot as well. But I think my favorite one of the year by far is ROM. And I'll tell you why. Our beloved friend Jesse Falcon over at Marvel, he's been asking for ROM for quite a long time, and we've eventually found a way to do it. And I love these kind of left field figures that come out of nowhere that we get to do. And I like to try and do 1 or 2 of these a year. We did Crystar a year before. We did ROM. We just announced a Warbow, and we've got a few others in the works, which hopefully will tickle your fancy, as they say. But ROM is certainly my favorite, and I love the fact that we can get proper silver paint on it. And it came with it was part of our little mini comic plastic accessory little shtick that we have, where you can get little comics that are made for the size for your 6-inch figures, your 1/12 figures, which is kind of cool. Incidentally, we did a little giveaway, or we've started a giveaway. I did a little giveaway to win a personalized hand-drawn set of covers, which I've got here. I'm going to bring you back to me. There you go. Which I've got here. It was drawn by our friend Jamie Sullivan, who does a lot of work on G.I. Joe and Marvel covers and things like that. Wonderful artist. He hand drew these, tiny, and then signed the back, and we kind of lacquer coated them. So these are one of ones. There's no others that exist like this in the world. And just knocking all my figures over here. And we opened it up. We opened it up for people to to simply donate $2 to Save the Children, a charity very dear to my heart. And every nomination, I keep saying nomination, every donation would be your entry into this giveaway. So we're going to do that drawing now, right here, as we're talking about ROM, and as ROM's got a plastic comic cover. So I've got all the names here. There are 11 entrants. We raised $103.34. And now this is where it's going to get tricky, everybody. So stay with me. Let's go toy cam and let's go single. Yeah, oh, that worked well. So I've got these here, but I need something to put them in to actually draw them with. So I got a Peanuts. Here's in the news, huh? Certainly buying Peanuts and Charlie Brown. And this is a nice case. So why don't we open this and see what Snoopy figure I've got. What ones do we have? We've got all these here. I don't actually mind which one I get. I'd prefer a Snoopy one rather than a Woodstock, but I'm not fussy. So why don't we just actually take a moment and see what's going on. Oh, it's a Snoopy one. Snoopy and Ramen. It's like the camp Snoopy one. That camp as in camping, Boy Scouts, I assume. It's like an adventurer. It's kind of nice. It's like almost like rotor molding. It's kind of soft. Cool. All right. So there's Snoopy. But what that does, it gives us a place to keep all the 11 names. Oh, what's this? Hang on, we get something else in this Peanuts thing. What do I get in here? Is it a sticker? Oh, it's a little badge. That's cool. It's a little iron. It looks like an iron-on little scout badge. Cool. Very appropriate. I used to be an assistant scoutmaster, and I'm going round the old scoutmaster's house today for a bit of a Christmas Eve booze up. All right. Anyway, okay. So let us draw the lucky winner. It's a couple in here stuck together. Let's grab that one. Right. This is the winner. All right. Let's come back to here. So seamless, isn't it? It's absolutely seamless. So the winner of Jamie Sullivan's limited edition, well, very limited, ones of ones, mini comic cover accessories is Great White North Empire, who I know his name is Brandon. He's a guy I met up in Canada at Fan Expo. You're going to be in this show quite a lot, Brandon. Well done. Congratulations. I will get that to you ASAP, my friend. And hopefully expect a few other mini comic one-of-ones. I'm talking to a couple of pretty well-known comic artists to see if they're interested in participating. So watch this space. Now, let's get back, he says as he's going to sneeze, to what we were talking about. So we've done that. Well done, Brandon. Congrats. Thanks for everyone entering. And Jamie, thank you very much, my friend, for doing that artwork for you. I know you've been suffering a little bit lately with that gammy foot, but I do appreciate you using your hands and participating. Very gracious of you. Thank you, sir. All right. Done the draw. Done it, Snoopy. Don't worry. Black Series. All right, let's go on to Star Wars. So Black Series. Okay, that's our biggest line. We make probably about 70 odd figures of those a year. And I was really, really excited with our Ronin from the Vision series that we did for Celebration exclusive. And again, I like this because it's something different. We finally got wide capes going on. We got some detailed die cut in the capes, and we took a black and white stance at it and made it very, very elegant. And it was matched by the wonderful job that the team did on the packaging. So the Ronin was a very special item. And I like the way that we do it, where we kind of offer it in a bigger pack with other stuff at whether it's conventions or celebrations or whatever, and then we re-release it later on with different colorways and less stuff, so people who couldn't get to Japan, quite a lot of you, could often pick it up later on. So the Ronin was a special one for me for Black Series. Sebulba. I love this character. I remember seeing him in 1999 when Phantom Menace came out. Just something about his design I really liked, and the fact that we're doing more aliens. Little hint there. I really, really like within Black Series, and I love the shape of him. I love the balance and the paint decos. They've done a really nice job on Sebulba with the little goggles as well. So Sebulba is a favorite. Who else I got? I can't remember. Oh, and of course, arguably, I'm hearing like one of the best Black Series sets we've ever done. Again, another convention exclusive, this time San Diego, I believe. I got to shout out Matt Cohen, Shooting the Galaxy. Matt is, although he doesn't, this sounds very great, this sounds very grand, it doesn't report into me. He is one of the team. I consider him part of the design team. His photography that he does for whether it's Star Wars, Marvel, any scale, is absolutely second to none. And he is the nicest guy you've ever met. When I walk in, and we often meet when I walk in, we kind of arrive at the same time, sort of like 7:30. We get into the office and we often walk the long main corridor. And the first thing he does is fist bump me. Always fist bumps me whenever I see him. And we talk about what we're doing during the day. And I have never met, other than maybe myself, someone that is so enthusiastic about what they do. He loves it. So Matt, it's been a pleasure to get to know you better this year in particular. And I know that we've got lots of exciting things to do next year and the year after. So sending you all my love and appreciation and respect, because you are fantastic. Okay. That's enough of that glazing. So this vignette, I call these vignettes. You know, we got Obi-Wan, we got Anakin, we got multiple heads, they got loads of hands, they got clash effects, which I really like. But the whole idea of this vignette, now you hear me talk a lot about TVC being world building and Black Series being character building, and that's true to a certain extent. There are some things in TVC you can't do in Black Series, and vice versa. And so the focus squarely is on the sort of character, but that doesn't mean you can't create a vignette. And that's what I mean by vignette. It's not a full play set. It is a set of props or moments that fit within that 6-inch scale that sit nicely on your shelf and bring us life. And we're doing more of them. We've obviously done this one. We have announced the Bespin, Luke, and Vader, and there may be some more coming in the very near future. So this one is a top one, and again, we did it in San Diego Comic-Con, and then we're releasing these two characters in this style on their own in mainline. This takes me into San Diego Comic-Con. I haven't been for like 7 years. The first time I went back, you know, I'm back on the team, Marvel and Star Wars. I had both of those up. And so going to San Diego was a homecoming for me, and I'd missed it. It was a fabulous time. We used to catch the boat across to the convention center. We were across on this island every day, and the whole team were there. We had a right laugh. We had a right laugh. Some highlights from San Diego for me. Steve Sansweet. I have never met Steve Sansweet until last July, San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know about you, but I find that perverse. Like, how can I have not met Steve Sansweet? And he was very gracious when I met him, and I ran over to him. I said, Steve. And I explained who I was, and he very kindly was like, oh, I know who you are. Don't worry, which I suppose you should do. Not because I'm famous or anything, because he's in toy collecting. And I reminded him that, I'm going to come back, that this book that he wrote was the book that got me into collecting, was the book this is difficult. There was the book that got me into collecting, was the book that opened my eyes to a whole culture of the collecting community, and I had to thank him for it. Now, I didn't have it with me, and he didn't. He obviously he didn't sign it. That signature by Mark, but I must get Steve to sign that. Having Mark Boudreau and Steve sign that was amazing. So I explained to him how much he affected me and how much he meant to me. And I'll be honest with you, I got pretty emotional. You know, you should know me now. I cry quite a lot, but I was actually choking up talking to him. He was a lovely guy, and I hope to meet with him soon next year, and maybe we can do a couple of projects together or something like that. So that was very special. So check out Steve at Rancho Obi-Wan on Instagram. Now, the young man. Now, he's not that young because I knew him when he was a lot younger. On the right there, I caught up with Gavin. Now, Gavin is a special young man. I met him in 2018 when I went to one of my first San Diego Comic Cons. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't my first one. No, it was the one I gave away the barge. That was it, of course. He was in the audience when we did the panel. I gave him a lightsaber, and then I gave away a barge, and he was the lucky recipient. And we've kept in contact ever since. And I haven't seen him. We keep missing each other. I haven't seen him until this year. And son of a gun, he's grown. Oh my goodness, he's he's tall. This epitomizes what I love about the collector community, especially fan millies, and we'll call them fan, F-A-N, millies, where people within the family all love Star Wars or all love Marvel, all love Ghostbusters or whatever it is. I don't care what it is. DC, it could be any Turtles, it could be anything. The fact that the whole family love it is something very, very special to me, and that really drives and motivates me. So the fact that Gavin is still a toy nerd makes me really happy. So it's wonderful catching up with him. They let me on the Marvel panel. Dan, Dwight, bless you. I think it's the first time you've actually let me on. I could have gone on, but I always felt a little bit sort of on the side. But they let me come on the Marvel panel, which I thought was really cool. So big respect and big love and holiday wishes out to you, Dan, and Dwight, who's just that side of Dan. Check out Dan on Twitter. Dan Yun is trying. And then at San Diego, I gave out Tron. Now, Tron didn't succeed with the HasLab, but there we go. We tried. I did it, but I had a blast previewing it and promoting it. I had 16 little discs that I gave out at San Diego, and they just had a little image on it. But the trick was they were old 3.5 inch floppy discs, like old school. And I gave them out. And this lady here, what's your name? I can't see because all these people are in the way. Liz and Ray on Instagram. She was the first one I gave it to because she was talking about Tron and how much she loved it. And I gave her this disc. And bless her heart, she ran around the hang on, get back in here. She ran around the convention floor and was asking people with like yellow, because it's like a yellow one. She was trying to find that color. So she was going to stands with that color saying, oh, do you know anything about the Tron? Do you know anything about this? And they were like, what? No, go away. So she was trying to find all these clues. She ran around 2 days. She spent running around asking questions, coming back. Is it this? Could it be this? In the end, she went to San Diego Library and asked whether they had a floppy disk drive. And they were like, no, I don't think so. They might have one upstairs, blah, blah. So she went upstairs. She found one. She found one and she loaded it and she got the image, and she was the first one to crack the code. Talk about dedication. And so she stuck in my mind as a really kind of cool dude to hang out with. And she was brilliant. Loved her. I won't give her a real name away because she doesn't like it. So it's Liz and Ray. Then we went to Fan Expo Canada. Hey, I'm dancing around. I've been to Canada Toronto specifically, about 6 times this year. I can't tell you why. Maybe you'll find out in a couple of years. But it was great. I love Canada. It's a long drive, but I do enjoy it. We went to Fan Expo Canada. And so I went with Chris and I went with Emily. Check out Chris on imaginatively Chris Rife on Instagram. And then more tongue-twistingly for Emily, of course, it's Emily, more phenomenally, Emily. Check her out there. And here he is. Here's Brandon, Great White North Empire, the guy that won all of these just now. I met him. He was fantastic. This guy was a right laugh. He actually made for me some cards. He's like a graphic designer. So he made these cards of promoting the gunship, which we'll talk about in a minute. And he made all these cards, like trading cards. And they got like things on the back and Oh, hold it right in the right way. Lots of reflection. He even made my first card, which he got me to sign for him and gave me one, which I thought was kind of cool. And he did a load of Black Series ones as well, which I thought was really nice of him. Really nice guy, Brandon. So the comic covers couldn't gone to a nicer chap. So it was great meeting him. I took a trip up to Fourth Moon Toys up in Toronto, which is a fantastic store. If you've never been there and you're able to go there, go there. Very knowledgeable, all Star Wars, modern and retro, and had a great time there. They really encourage youngsters, so they have these free coloring pages, and so it's for people from 4 to 104. And they even let me out the back. I kind of introduced myself and sort of said, "Hey, I'm blah blah blah. Can I?" And they said, "Oh," I said, how do you collect all your figures and what do you do with them? Do you get them all in one shot or do you get lots of bits and pieces?" He goes, "Oh, we get them in bits and pieces, but we have a area at the back where we have them all, we clean them and we kind of build them up, build up to make sure they get all the accessories." So they showed me the back there and they had this incredible layout of all these old retro figures, vintage figures, heritage figures, and they were slowly kind of like putting all the pieces and accessories together and cleaning them. It was fascinating. So it's really good to hang out with them. I guess I should speak about, this guy. I'm not going to give you much time, but a famous Torontonian is Pulson Hyung Lee, aka Carson Teva, aka Angry Apple on Instagram. And me and him have been having a little bit of beef this year. He was starting to annoy me because he kind of gets everywhere. He's always poking his nose in, and he's asking for his figure in any scale. He just wants a figure. My God, we all want a figure. We all want a figure, Paul. And so we started bouncing back and forth and teasing each other and having a little bit of banter, as it were, a little bit of a bitch fest, and it was all in good spirit. Paul is by far one of the my favorite person I've met this year that I've never met before, and he was such a good sport. And we just went back and forth. And then when I was in Toronto for Fan Expo, we hung out, we had some dinner, we had a laugh, and for that very reason, for the memories, as we move on to TVC, I think the Carson Teva figure is probably the most precious one to me this year. He's even in my little memory shelf. I have a shelf with just people that I have memories for. So Paul, you son of a gun, love you. It's a pleasure to meet you. An utter gentleman and a scholar. Now, staying on vintage, I need a drink. I'm rattling this away, aren't I? The Cantina, which we'll be giving away shortly. So those of you who are waiting to hear the lucky recipient, not long to wait, I promise. But the Cantina was a big project. Now, it was already midway when I rejoined the Star Wars team. So a lot of people, Chris and Vicky and marketing had already started the wheels in motion about finally bringing the Tonica sister action figures to life in TVC. I came in, I took on the baton, and I carried on the discussions. And Angela Staines, that played Seni Tonica, was wonderful, very helpful, lovely to meet her and talk to her. And we managed it. And maybe the stories will come out one day, but it wasn't easy, but it was something that we wanted to do. And when there's a will, as my dear old dad used to say, there's always a way. Angela was very gracious, and it was a pleasure meeting her. And I have to say thank you to Victoria and James for helping out with the sleuthing. They know what I mean, and I really appreciate it, because bringing this figures to life for the very first time ever in history was quite an undertaking, and this year saw that come to fruition. So I'm really happy and proud of the team and my predecessors for getting this done. Nice one. And then we go on to this one. Now, this one's a weird one. This one is like, okay, let's take the Kenner colors and do them in TVC, and we'll put a cardboard, the old school kind of Kenner cardboard thing. And it's like a mishmash. It's like a sort of hybrid. It's a test and learn. We were like, how can we kind of make the connection between TVC and Kenner? And we'd done sort of Kenner colors before. I call them Kenner colors before. And this was just a really fun set. I really liked it. I really liked what it stood for. It stood for bringing kind of fun back into collecting and not always being super serious and just having a bit of kitsch fun. And you'll see some of these, not a lot. You'll see some more of these probably in the future, or types of things like this. Because collecting's about fun. Toys about fun. Yeah. So where I can inject some fun into Star Wars and to Marvel, I will, because Pet toys. So that was one of my favorite TVCs for what it stood for. Now, the other thing we did in 2025, which was really important as I rejoined the team, the team had already kind of laid out the sort of the 2025 product line. And one of the things that I helped kind of conjure up was this idea of annual stories. So Return to Tatooine was something I remember printing out all the we call it the visual line plan. I'll tell you that. And it's like images of everything we're going to make. I print it out and I put it on my wall and I looked at it and I was like, you got a story here. There's this Tatooine story. It's really cool. I really like what you're doing there. And it's like, let's call it Return to Tatooine. Why don't we do posters? Can we do checklist posters? Because I miss checklist. Who missed checklist posters? So we started doing that. So Return to Tatooine, which we launched, we kind of spoke about in 24, but it kind of come to fruition this year. I was very proud of. I was proud of the team, and it's just a very simple, very obvious thing to do, but it's something we hadn't done before. So I like doing that. And as we move into 2026 for the Battle of Geonosis and our gunship HasLab, which we successfully funded, we've announced and shown Padme, Shakti. We've got a new clone trooper coming in there. Poggle the Lesser was announced and shown, and then obviously we've got the pilot, the ARC pilot, and the Coleman Trebor coming with the battle with the gunship. So 2026's mini story, bearing in mind we also have a little movie called Mando and Grogu coming out. I'm really excited for. There's some really cool figures coming out for there, and we're just starting kind of that poster and doing the photo shoots. We're just starting photographing packaging right now. We had first shots come in of the ship. Looks really cool. Anyway, more on that as and when it is appropriate. So we got Battle for Geonosis. And again, I can't stress enough how much I love HasLab campaigns. They are bloody stressful, but they are super, super fun. Now, I was around when we launched this one. I was part of the original team that launched and created HasLabs for Hasbro. And the gunship was no exception. It was up, then it was flat, then it was and then it went up. And then we did it. And we did we did this for the first time. We did what I call store cons, which is when we take things to stores to show people that can't get to conventions or the other side of the country. So we went to Red 5 Toys and Collectibles, which I should have called out here. I apologize. And we took the gunship and we revealed some things and showed some card backs. And I'd like to do that more as we move forward. That is something I feel is important, and it's about getting out into grassroots collecting community and not always just being at big conventions, but taking the time to drive a couple of hours and hang out for 4 or 5 hours and just have people come. What I loved the most about this, and it's the thing I wasn't expecting, is that they bought their own figures. The fans bought a load of clone troopers to fill it out. And when we went back the other day to show some of our reveals, they brought figures as well, and they take photographs. That is what I love. That is being a collector in the collector community and being part of that as a corporation. I loved it. I've already spoken about Great White North Empire. You're getting all the starlight today, my friend Brandon. Anyway, so we'll do more of those store cons as we move into 26 and beyond. They're important to me. And that whole campaign, trips to Canada, the gunship was a really big moment for me. Retro. Okay, retro. So I came back into the team and we were having a look at retro, and we were doing things for like modern, Disney Plus, and I was there at the origin of retro. Pitched the idea of bringing back Kenner figures for those people that can't afford it, or just remember them as pop cultural icons. But also, I wanted to kind of create newer figures that Kenner never did before. We did that. I probably pitched that 2018 or something like that. Seemingly everything happened in 2018, and when we came back, we discussed it. We said, hey, we need to kind of refocus retro a bit. Let's refocus it back into that classic original trilogy, prequel trilogy as well, but like the sort of classic stuff, as if Kenner continued to make figures from 1985 when they stopped with Power of the Force. Imagine if they kept going. And so we've kind of refocused it. Now, my favorite one from 2025, now, a lot of you are going to go, well, there's not many to choose from, Steve. I hear you. It is growing. We are going to grow it. It's going to take a little while. We've got this. It takes like a year and a half, 2 years before we even see how well it does. But this set did really well. And my favorite one out of this set is Han Solo's Stormtrooper outfit. I like them all, but I like this one in particular just because I'm a sucker for Stormtrooper outfits, and the Luke that I've got in my Power of the Force and the Frito-Lay Han Solo one Power of the Force 2. So this is my favorite one, but just wait. That's all I'll say. I know people are getting excited for the new six-figure set in 2026. We've revealed 3 already. We've got another 3 to reveal. They're really nice, and I actually quite like the little way we're doing it now, where we're showing 1 and 1 and 1. It kind of builds it up. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But we're looking to do more with it. We've got some things. We've got some irons in the fire. That's the phrase I'm looking for to grow that. And we've got a big birthday coming up. I know it's still it's still 2 years away. It's 2 years away. No, it's a year away. Really, it's a year and a bit away. But we're already working on it. We've already pretty much set the table for this feast. And it's also 50 years of 49 years really, if you count it, but that's 50 years of Kenna's involvement with Star Wars as well. So 27 will be a very interesting year, very special year. And that's that one I want. My approach to the 50th anniversary is quite simple. 1, it is arguably the biggest pop culture anniversary of all time so far. 2, I gather the team and I say to them, this is a moment. When we're 85, touch wood, and we're retired and we look back upon our career, if the feelings that we feel doesn't include pride and tears when we think about the 50th, we've done it wrong. I'm not going to be here for the 100th. I'm probably not going to be here for the 75th. I might be, I don't know. But I'm here for this one now. And it is really important. The team, it is really, really important to the team. Get emotional. Stop it. Now, I know, I've told you this many times. I know I can't win. I know we can't win. And there'll never be enough product for all the fans, the diehard fans out there, whether you're Black Series, TVC, Retro. We'll never do enough. I know that. I know. So I'm not going to promise you're going to get everything you want, because I know that's a promise I can't keep. What I do promise you is that every little thought and nuance, and there's lots of little tiny little things, small things make big differences, I say in my life. They're really thought about. And there are some things we're trying to do that are really special, really different. And there are some things that are just nice little, that's nice. That's nice. So I'm really looking forward to the 50th anniversary. I hope you are too. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's quite stressful, but it's utterly, utterly delightful to be able to be involved with that. So, that's my mission for the 50th, and my overall mission, really. And I haven't said this publicly, and it's my mission, so I can say it. My mission for the teams that I'm involved in is to be the most trusted corporate community member there is. And that's it. That's it. We know we're a business. We know we're a corporation, but the thing that gets me out of bed and gets me to work is to do my very best and our very best to be a trusted member of your community. And I know we're a corporation, and I know a lot of people look at corporations and go, nah. I will never stop until we are considered as a corporation a trusted member of the community, and probably got a long way to go. I'm not blind to that. There are lots of things we can do better. But that is my promise to you. This year and the next year and the year after, and as many years as they'll let me do it, I will strive to do that more. And that means a lot of talking, a lot of listening, a lot of involvement, a lot of reflection, a lot of failing, and ultimately a lot of succeeding, and a lot of love and a lot of heartfelt conviction from everybody. And the team certainly, we've got the team set up, certainly does that. Anyway, that's getting deep. So that's the year in review. Let me grab a quick drink. What should we do next? Let's talk about my collection. All right. Talking about being part of a community, I've been collecting quite a while. I've been playing for nearly 3 years now. I've been collecting for 35 plus years, and I've been at Hasbro for 25 years. So I collect like you guys. So hopefully you've all got some stuff this year. Now, it's been a tough year. It's been expensive. Things are expensive. I know that. I'm not blind to that. Whether it's toys, whether it's food, whether it's cars, whatever it is, it's expensive. So this year, I haven't bought loads and loads of stuff, But I have got a few interesting bits and pieces, which I kind of want to share with you now, if I can. Just give you a quick whistle-stop tour of the stuff that I've added to my collection. So we're gonna switch to Toy Cam. Oh, it worked. All right, I'm gonna let that kind of let that focus. Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. So let me show you a few things that I've added to my collection this year. Look at that. Look at that. That is a Kenner retro-inspired Christopher Reeve Superman 5 points of articulated action figure from my good friend Chris Kingram. I added that to my collection. It is custom. It is wonderful. I haven't got the whole thing, but I also added one of my grails. So I got a few grails this year, actually. I got the Wonder Woman 1976, I want to say, the exploding tower with the invisible jet. I haven't got it all here because it's all over there. But I got this boxed and sealed, and I ripped it open. Please make sure you check out my Mr. Stevie's Tall Toy Tales, where I open that and look at it. She can't stand up. What else did I get for my super? Oh yeah, I got some transfers. There is a Shreddy Superman 2 transfer set. Is a serial set. There's another one of my grails. I haven't got it, but I'm just starting to get some of the transfers, which is cool. What else could we? Let's go Wombles. Hey, Wombles. You know I'm a sucker for Wombles. I picked up this little book, and that takes me back immediately to be about 4, 5, or 6. Picked up a Wombles book. I'm going to move some of these away because I've got a big thing coming in. I got a Wombles book. Now, Wombles, not many action figures. It's one of my lifelong dreams to maybe one day make Womble action figures. There's not many of them. There's this sort of rotor molded Orinoco there, and then I've got a set, very nice set of these little furry ones, still with the stickers on the bottom. I can't remember who makes them, but I've got those. But as you know, I'm trying to make a Womble. I still haven't got very far. I think this has been sitting gathering dust for like a year and a half at least, where I've sort of repurposed an Alf and kind of sculpted my own head. But Monday I'll get back into here. But what I did find this year, get ready for something unusual, is that Womble piano. The reason I bought it was not because it's a Womble piano, and I love Womble pianos, but who wouldn't love a Womble piano? Look at these. Right, I'm going to try and bring these in. So these figures here, they're sort of molded and they're sculpted. And they're actually really cute sculpts. And you can't see in there, just that way, Steve, that way. You can see it's got quite a lot of the body. Now they're rotated as well, but they're actually really nice sculpts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring back Mr. Stevie's Customs. And I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to try and pull these out, and I might make little set feet for them and try and make these into little action figures. So Wombles. What else I got? Oh, talking about rotor molding. A lot of rotor molding. I picked up a Peter Pan. Now I collect all types of Peter Pan when they are designed like the Disney movie. And I thought I had them all. I only discovered this like last month, I think. My favorite still is the Infinity 3, never released Peter Pan for Disney Infinity. Remember that game? They were doing their 3rd iteration, and they were going to do a Peter Pan, but it never got released. So this is a grail for me. I love that sculpt. Absolutely love it. So I've got some Peter Pan stuff. One thing I missed. Oh my God, how did I miss this? I'm going to bring you back into here. Bring you back here. Superman. I got this sent to me yesterday. And I had this when I was younger. It's a gatefold. It's big. And then you have all the pictures. And I had it as a kid. And someone sent it to me. And they were very kind. And I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this to you. And this is why I do what I do. Hey, Steve. We wanted to send you a little something just to show our appreciation for all you do for the community. The energy and enthusiasm you bring not only to the toy collecting community, but to the brands you represent has inspired us all. When I saw the Superman soundtrack at a record store, I had to get it for you, knowing how much of a fan you are of the Christopher Reeve Superman. If you have a turntable, I clean the records and they play well. If not, the album is a great display piece, especially the art on the inside of the gatefold. I hope you enjoy. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Dave and Alex from Hyperspace Vault. I have to admit, I had a little tear in my eye when I got that. I had a difficult day at work. I got home and that was waiting for me. Community. That is what that's about. Lovely. All right, so let's go back to the toy cam because I got one last there. So here's a grail for you. Ready for a grail? I got a grail for you. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe I got this. So those of you who know me know that I love Ralph Bakshi's 1978 Lord of the Rings movie. That incredibly scary kind of rotoscoped this time, not rotomolded, rotoscoped movie, 1978. And Knickerbocker did a series of figures. I think they did 6 figures and 2 horses. Very small line, didn't do well at all. One of the most hardest to get, or at least the most expensive thing to get in terms of loose action figures. I will never be able to afford them carded. I've got Aragorn, complete with his sword, and I've got Gollum. And I've been looking for years to pick up Gandalf, Sam, and Frodo, but you can never find them without their stuff. I like to buy them with. Come back. I like to buy them with their accessories, so it stops me buying things willy nilly, and then I get into a mess buying accessories and all this. I like to buy generally everything in one loose and all in one go. I couldn't pass this one up. I got a Gandalf, and those of you know anything about toys and this particular line knows that Gandalf goes very yellow very quickly, and you just blow on his hand and the paint chips off. But I found this Gandalf on eBay. Now, it didn't have his hat and it didn't have his staff, but it was such a bargain. It was such a bargain. I couldn't pass it up. So I got him. So I just need a hat and a staff. No repros. Say no to repro. I want hat and staff. So if you got any leads on a hat and staff for Gandalf, send them my way. So we're going to go back to this one. So I got Gandalf as well. Now, I just need Sam and Frodo. And by golly, I found them. And I got them for a good price. Not as crazy good price as this dude, but I got them. So, and they are a little gift to myself over there by the Christmas tree on top of the cantina, which we'll be giving away shortly. Stay with me. You see how the sun's setting? I'm now getting all this light. Let me get. Now, I know what's in here. But I always knew what's in my presents because I'm a marvel at guessing presents. I want to open it in front of you. I want to show you what it looks like. Let's have a look. That's probably really obnoxious on your ears. I apologize. But it's ASMR. All right. So in here, we have the last two. Yes, no, is that right? 6 figures or 5 figures? Am I missing a figure? I can't remember. Oh yeah, of course. I need the ring ray. Oh god. But anyway, another 2 key. I have checked they're in here. By the way, here it is. All right, Sam and Frodo. Now, you can find Sam and Frodo's very easily, but you can't find the scabbards and the swords. They are way more difficult. So this person had both of them, and he had them with their sword and scabbard. I got to smell it. Oh. So there's Frodo with his scabbard and his sword. Oh my goodness. Now these always fall off. So they are super, can you see that? Super delicate. It's quite a long little pin. So I'm surprised, but it's not much friction. So they come off really easily. So there's Frodo. He's not too bad. He's got a little bit of scuffing on the head, but I've seen a lot worse. He's got a little spot on his nose. I might try and take that off because that'll be paint on the molded color. So there's Frodo. Now my favorite Sam, Mr. Frodo. I love Sam, I do. He's like from Bath, he's lush. All right. So here's Sam. Oop. See him? There's Sam. They said he was a little loose. It's not too bad. No, that's fine. Not loose at all. scabbard. Oh, that is super loose. Wow. And then his sword into there. So there we are. I will give them a little clean and I will set them up. So I only got, I'm going to bring you down here. I'm going to take you off here. Get ready. Get ready to be sick. That makes me happy. I just got to get the hat, the staff, a little bit of a cleanup, and then I've got to get the ring wraith. Oh, sorry, everyone. Seasick. Got to get the ring wraith. I don't need the horses, if I'm honest. It's just the characters I'm really looking for. And I think that's kind of all added to my collection. Oh, no, one more. I added this to my collection. My mum will like this. Go on. Oh, no, don't break. Who had these? Oh, great. Won't work now. Oh, there we go. Did you have this in your bath from Tomy? Late 70s? Oh, I did. I had this one. Pink seal. Got my pink seal. I'm happy. I'm a happy boy. All right. Let's come back. Whew. All right. So there's my collection. It's not a lot. Not a vast amount, but some nice grails and nice pieces that I picked up. Oh, God. I've missed things already. I picked up a Game Boy as well. An original Game Boy. And I also picked up, those of you in England, I assume they were sold elsewhere. Remember the Acorn Electron? Who remembers the Acorn Electron? It was the intellectual computer. All I wanted was a bloody Spectrum or a Commodore 64, Mum. And they bought me an Acorn Electron because it was more educational. But there were some cracking games. And I am a sucker for the graphics on these. So Beachhead, Overdrive, Hunchback, Smash and Grab. I still got to get Citadel, Yeah, Kung Fu, The Last Ninja. So I'm always keeping an eye out for those. So if you see those, let me know. I also picked up some more Kubrick cereal mascots. You know how I like my cereal mascots, particularly Sam, Toucan Sam. I'm very happy with picking him up. And a Cornelius. I do like Cornelius as well. So there we are. That's all my collections. And now Count Chocolate's hands just fallen off. Blimey. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I'm going to take you back. Sorry, I'm going to take you back. Take me back. I got Pop Marts. I've been collecting out Pop Marts the last couple of weeks, which is good fun. And I got my last one here. I haven't opened a Star Wars one, so I'm going to open that now. Let's do that. Sorry, I've got to do it properly. ASMR. You tap it, right? That's what you do there. And you then have to show the camera and tell you which one you want. So the one I want is, what do I want? It's Luke. I would like, I quite like Chewie, actually. No, Luke. Luke in Stormtrooper, of course. I want Luke in Stormtrooper. So let's see what we get. So then you then take a little ripcord. It's difficult to do it this way around. You make sure you don't look at the card because that gives it away. So don't look at the card. I just saw the bloody card. Son of a gun. Did you see the card, people? Do you know what's in here? Get ready. It is Chewbacca, which is appropriate considering my video that I put on Instagram today was Chewbacca Mom. Actually, Chewbacca's pretty cool. I like him. All right, so I got Chewbacca. You can go there. You can go and scare Frodo. And then there's my card there. All right. Oh, hang on. He gets a little stand as well. Look at that. Awesome. All right. Okay. I'm making a big mess on here. So let's take you out. Let's bring you back. Take a breath. So we had a year in review. You've looked at my collection. I'm going to take a look at who's here. How many people we got here? I've seen you been whizzing around, and you'll notice that I've got like down. Where is it? Down there. I got all this comments. You notice I've got overlays, all this kind of stuff. I've got my little love thing. Yeah, I love you too. I'm hopefully going to be a little bit more resolution as well because I've signed up for StreamYard's 1080p. It's free for 7 days, so we'll see how good it is. But yeah, welcome everybody. I hope you're all finished work. Many of you going back into work. Yeah, it's quite a lot of. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to pull all these up. I'm just going to try and find some to say. Long live retros. What else we got? Contenders for figure of the year. Just wait. Just wait. You have no idea. It's brilliant. I love it. Mando Michi loves a retro line. What else we got? It's you are welcome. Moomins. Oh, did I buy a Moomin? Did I buy him? I probably did. I did. Anyway, it's over there. Yeah, I love Moomins as well. All right. Let's get on to the cantina, shall we? For a lot of you who are here, let's add that to the stage. All right. Who deserves a cantina? Now, there were over 200 entrants, which is fantastic. When I say entrants, they were nominations. I asked people to nominate on my Instagram, which you can see that way there, Mr. Stevie18 on Instagram. If you're not following me already, please do. That is where most of the action takes place. I asked people to nominate somebody they felt deserved the cantina. I'm giving away the one you see there, the Deluxe HasLab cantina. It's my own personal ones, not in relation with HasLab or Instagram or anyone else, just me with mine, giving one away to someone that didn't get one or was unable to get one. And I asked for nominations based on people that do lots for their community, people that may have been going through hard times, people that are big Star Wars fans or come from a Star Wars family. There's various things, criteria that I'm looking for. And sometimes you find someone with all of them and sometimes you don't. But there were over 200 nominations, which was very humbling to kind of read through. And I sort of whittled down to about 10. And then I sort of dig a little deeper and I kind of connect with their families and I sort of ask some questions. And it's amazing what you can find out on Facebook, if I'm honest. So it was a difficult one. I kind of went and I got it down to about 3. And I was like, who's it going to be? Who is going to get this year? Anyway, without further ado, the person that's going to get it, the person who's won this is Douglas Weller. Douglas Weller, congratulations. You are the lucky recipient of my HasLab Deluxe, no less, cantina, my friend. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Doug. There's Doug. There he is. That's the one on the left. Doug's the one on the left. Doug was nominated by a few people. He's nominated by his wife, his loving wife, Carrie, and his mum. Oh, bless him. His mum, Peggy, nominated him as well. To say that this family is a Star Wars family is a slight understatement. He's got 2 daughters. Doug, I know exactly how you feel, my friend. Oh, my God. They all love Star Wars. The fiance loves Star Wars. Actually, I think they're married now. His mum even crochets him little Star Wars things for his collection. Bless her heart. Peggy, you are a wonder, an absolute star. He has a dog called Kylo, and I can see the resemblance quite vividly there. But most importantly, apart from the fact that he's a really nice guy and he has a family that all love Star Wars and he lives, breathes, and exudes Star Wars, he's an art teacher. This guy's a teacher, and coming from a family, I'm married to a teacher, and I come from a family of teachers. It is a ashamedly undervalued job, in my opinion. It is pretty disgusting sometimes how little teachers get, but they do it anyway. They do it anyway for the kids, and that is very special to me. And Doug is an art teacher. He's a 5th and 6th grade art teacher. So let me get my grades right. I'm still not good at this. 10 to 12 years old. I think that's right. Which, to be honest with you, is the time where a lot of those kids are growing out toys. A lot of them grow out Star Wars. A lot of them kind of like put away their childish things. What are they doing? But Doug keeps it with them. Doug is forever doing artwork. He's doing galleries. He does work with the kids, and he's always talking about Star Wars. Everyone knows how much he loves Star Wars. So he keeps Star Wars alive in an engaging and monumental way. He's been teaching for 25 years. So first of all, Doug, congratulations. But most of all, thank you. Thank you for teaching this generation of kids and keeping Star Wars alive in their hearts, minds, and teaching creativity. They could be doing my job. And to be frank, this is the best job in the world. It really, really is. So Doug is the lucky recipient. He does his own artwork. He's got his own collection. It's a pretty good collection. It's not massive, but he doesn't have the cantina. You know why I know that? Because I made sure he hasn't got it. But I did discover that he does have a cantina of sorts. he has the old cardboard one. Remember that? The old Power of the Force 2 cardboard ones? Well, Doug, we are upgrading you, my friend, to the proper pucker cantina. Yeah, was insisting you get an upgrade to deluxe, my friend. And a thank you from me, your local community out in Ohio, your loving family. They love you so much. Oh my God, they're just gushing over you. And basically, this deluxe is now Doug's deluxe. So congratulations. We will connect, and we will work out how to get this to you. I'll be honest with you, I'm in two minds about taking a road trip and bringing it to you. It's not that far away. You're about 13-hour drive, and it's on the way to Cornell, where my daughter is. I can zip up Toronto again to beat up Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, because I could definitely take him. I could quite easily come down and see you. Maybe I'll come down for your birthday, which I hear is in May, I believe. Anyway, Doug, congrats, and we'll be seeing more of you soon. So let's take that out of there. So that's the cantina. Congratulations. And thank you to everybody for nominating and being part of that. It's really difficult because you see so many people that are deserving. I wish I had more that I could give away. But hey, I'm sure I'll be doing this next year with the gunship. So social roundup. So this kind of connection, how long I've been talking for? A long time. I have no idea how long I've been talking for. Oh, nearly an hour. Oh my God, you poor people. Thank you for sticking around. This has gone really, really quickly. I do this because I care. I do this because it means something to me in my life. It helps me sane, keeps me centered, and keeps me focused. And it's actually a really nice record. My kids get a kick out of it as well. So this whole social media stuff, while occasionally, yes, it can be quite hurtful. Some of you out there are really mean to me, but that's okay. I take the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all right. I can't choose one and not the other. So I choose to connect and converse and be with you. Be with you. Oh, lovely. Let's put this on. So, Tall Toy Tales. This is my second season. Very grand. Second load of videos I've made. This is the 27th episode. Started this a few years ago. I've only done 7 this year, which isn't that many. I may try and do a little bit more. But so if you're interested in toys and you're interested in learning the history of toys, you're interested in learning how the toy industry works, you're in the right place. As I said, I'm a toy veteran of 25 years, and I know a thing or two, and I enjoy telling a thing or two where I'm able. Don't come here for leaks and sneak peeks and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to learn about my Star Wars collection, you want to learn about other stuff, you want to learn about how to get into the toy industry, you want to learn about adventure people, you want to learn about movies, soundtracks, Tron, you're in the right place. So, I've got, what have I got? I got 126 videos up here. I got 2.7 thousand followers, which is really cool. I've started adding shorts, doing like little quick ones. So if you like this kind of stuff, stick around. What am I meant to say? Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Please make sure you like and subscribe this channel. Instagram is where the action is where I mostly am. And if you ask my wife, it's where I always am. This year, I finally passed 30,000 followers. Thank you so much. It is amazing to think that that is like half the Gillette Stadium. If I stand in Gillette Stadium and look at half's full, they're the people that are in the community that I can talk to and listen to and reach, which is incredible. I've done 4,770 posts. This year alone, I've done 405 posts. I'm on this a lot. So if you like toy news, you like to see what's added to my collection, what I'll also do is when we reveal new product through Hasbro Pulse, I'll often take the images and kind of give them a little bit of a Stevie sparkle and do something different with them. I enjoy doing that. It's a little bit of humor, a little bit of silliness. So if you're only on YouTube and you haven't checked out Instagram, it's up there. It's there, Mr. Stevie 18. Anyway, there are my shameless plugs. Let me come back to you. So that's it. That's kind of the year in review. Let me see what you got. Like, boom. Thank you. Appreciate that. Come to Vancouver, eh? I am a sucker for Canada. I do love Canada. This is very funny. Very funny. That's very good. That's a good dad joke. I love it. Yeah. Congrats, Doug. Congratulations. I appreciate those of you who were nominated, passing on congratulations. I think that's amazing. So that's it. That's all I got. So listen, happy Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. Even if you're not celebrating anything, you're just off with family, friends, even yourself. Just take a little moment, a little bit of mindfulness, calm down, do something that brings you joy. Look at your collection. Next year, I want to do more Toy Fan Talent. I think I've kind of neglected that a little bit. I want to do more store cons. I want to do fan cons. Maybe I'll start with Doug. I'm actually going to go to your homes and kind of check out your collection. That would be kind of cool. And if you have any ideas about what you would like to see from me, both in Toy Tales or on my Instagram or even at work, you know where I am. You can reach me. That is the beauty of this thing. Let me know what you want to see. And that's all I got to say. So all that remains to say, inimitably, is bugger off and have a very happy, restful holidays. And I wish you and your family and your loved ones all the best for 26. I'll see you next year.